Wow, welcome to the pod. 200 viewers.
Isn't that great?
That is nice. I suspect
Well, we got up to 300 views.
Oh, yeah, 300. I suspect 100 of them are people that are close enough to me that I don't count them as real people.
What does that mean?
Like if my brother watches it, I don't count that as a viewer.
You don't count him?
No.
Oh, okay, because it's not like...
It's your brother.
Yeah, my brother would never listen to my podcast.
Right.
Yeah. But
so the fact that my brother does, I'm like...
is cool,
I
though.
suspect you to never listen to it. So for him to listen to it, I'm like, oh, okay.
Your brother is like pretty old school conservative. And
he got on me about that, about the first episode.
Yeah.
He was like, "What? Hey, why'd you say me and Dylan wouldn't get along?" And I was like, I don't know.
I think we would get along.
I think you would get along, yeah.
Yeah, we would.
You totally would get along.
It's people like you that are tearing this country in within itself.
Yeah.
I can get along with just about anybody.
The neutral party. I'm the neutral party.
No.
Because I don't care about anything.
No, I'm the neutral party.
You're not neutral.
Oh, I'm so neutral?
You're a liberal. You're as liberal as they come.
No, that's...
I've seen you spray paint Free Palestine in your stomach more than anybody in the world.
Well, it was a Saturday. And I was bored.
But yeah, no, I think you and my brother would get along quite well.
Famously. Yeah. I'm gonna ruin it. Like the first time, I hang out with your brother, we're gonna have this great hang, and then at the end of it, I'm gonna ruin it all. I'll be like, well, that went famously.
I don't think he would care. He'd like it.
Wow, that's cool.
He'd go, nice.
Who do you think our audience is? Because right now, I'm not sure.
I don't know. Maybe people I went to high school with.
Maybe
it's quite possible.
Yeah,
I was
trying to check up.
Yeah, I mean, I might as well have been a shadow in high school, like a legitimate. If you were staring at someone,
yeah, go ahead.
Someone's shadow in high school for 4 years, it might as well have been me.
Yeah, you think?
That shadow.
I thought you said you were kind of a bully.
That was middle school. In middle school, I was a bully to the kids I should have been friends with, in front of the kids who wouldn't be cool with me and would bully me. Mm-hmm. But I, in order to like get off their radar, the cool bullies, I would bully kids lower than me, even though they would have like been my friend and hung out with me outside of school.
They would have been the one that liked you.
Yeah, but I bullied them to be like, "Hey, cool kids, isn't that cool?" And they'd be like, "All right, you're cool," but they wouldn't fuck with me outside of school. So for that reason, I had no friends across the board.
Wow.
No friends.
We couldn't have more opposite paths.
Really? What was your middle school like?
I was
middle school
always popular, and I was always crying.
No, you were not.
I got suspended in 6th grade because I pushed a kid into the lockers for dating this. He was one of my best friends at the time, and I pushed him into the locker, and then there's this moment because my parents came in. I got suspended. My parents come in. They're like, Dylan would never do that. And the school pulled up the security footage.
Yeah.
And I pushed the kid in the locker. And then I look up at the camera and I go, oh. And then I walk off to the bus.
You don't let him out? You don't let him out of the locker?
No. It was a small locker. I just pushed him into it. I just waited till the end of the day.
Oh.
And then he was like putting stuff or taking stuff out, whatever it was. And I pushed him into the locker.
And he slammed up against it?
Well, he was facing inside the locker. I came from behind. I sneak attacked him.
So he did like a
and then
slam against it?
And then I looked up and it was like, saw made eye contact with the camera. And it was like,
some principal was just sitting there jerking off. Just made eye contact with you.
I'm going to give you a lighter sentence.
I have to report this. I thought you meant you shoved him in the locker like a classic 80s ball.
No. We had small lockers. We had half lockers. So some people would get the top locker and the others would get the bottom locker.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
But you're saying you were a cool bully. Like people,
No.
What did that kid, what did he do? He dated someone?
He was just messing with me a bunch. We used to be friends, and then he was just saying a bunch of mean stuff.
Yeah, that happens in 6th grade.
Yeah.
For some reason. You leave elementary school.
You learn betrayal for the first time.
Yeah.
And it broke my head.
Dude, in 6th grade, me and this kid Cody I knew, which Cody was a loser. Cody was
Still is.
the fact that I was even his friend. He should have been so grateful. But he loved wrestling, and I loved wrestling. We loved like WWE professional wrestling. And then I remember, and we've talked about it like every day at lunch. And then in 6th grade, like our first day, we had the same homeroom. And I walked in and I was like, Cody, we get the same homeroom. And I was like, dude, you watch SummerSlam? And he was like, I'm too old for that shit. I'm not a fucking fag like you.
He really got your
Just
ass.
then, like a knife in the heart, like immediately. Not even like a full AK, just fucking mag in my chest.
Because weeks ago, you both would have been like, oh, yeah.
Weeks ago.
Yeah.
Weeks.
Right.
And I think he still did watch it, but he was just like trying to be cool because he was like 6th grade, new year, new me. He was trying to be as like not a wrestling fan. And I was just openly just in front of everyone. Cody, did you watch SummerSlam? CM Punk rules. But yeah, he struck me down and called me a fag. And I was like,
that can really ruin a friendship.
Yeah.
Calling someone a fag.
Yeah. And if you saw this kid, you'd be like, that's crazy that he even got away with calling you a fag.
Because he was such a fag.
He was such a fag. Well, he was such a loser. Like just pothole pizza face.
Yeah.
Like big, fat, not even tall in a good way.
Well, you know, that's what happened is someone called him a fag for liking it. And then he's like, I can't be that. And then you come in and all hot.
And he got me. It's just, yeah.
So what did you do? Did you like, were you shocked? Did you?
Yeah. Yeah, that was my first betrayal of just, like, I just accepted it. I just fully was like, right. And I don't think I ever brought up wrestling again to another person. Like, to this day, I'm still a huge wrestling fan, and nobody knows it because I don't talk about it. And I think it's because of that day. He stripped my love of wrestling away from me.
Did you ever talk to him after that?
Yeah, I think so. Like, in high school, I would see him and be like, yo, what up? He had this girlfriend. He had this girlfriend that was, like, weird and, like, cheated on him a lot. And they had a weird relationship. Like, it was, like, very public on Facebook. They had one of those like very public Facebook relationships.
I love those things.
There's so many of them.
If you're having problems, put it online.
Put it on Facebook.
Entertain somebody.
Like some guy I remember this kid, Sean, broke up with this girl I knew, and he immediately wrote on Facebook, and we're like 14, and he immediately wrote on Facebook, yo, me and that bitch broke up. I'm ready for any hoe who will take me. We're all just like white kids in the suburbs.
No one's a hoe.
No one's a hoe. And he had like 2 likes, like his grandma was like, take this down.
Take that hoe down.
Take that hoe down.
No space for whores.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
But yeah, middle school.
Yeah, I remember one time in middle school, and one of the things I hurt the guy, but which I wish I hadn't, but I hurt him in such a cool way. And it wasn't me trying to hurt the guy, but I would do this thing at recess where I'd partially take off my shoe and then I'd like hook it to my toes and then I'd launch it.
Yes.
And there was this one time in basketball, we were all playing basketball, and I would just like do these. I would pretend to be a ninja. I go, and just from like 40 feet away, I just plug it and it hit him right in the face, the bloody nose and everything.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that's amazing. It wasn't meant to be. That's what destiny held for you.
Well, I thought you're like, oh, lightly toss a shoe at a friend,
right?
But the accuracy and the force.
One of those ones where once it connects, you're like, hey, you can't be mad.
I know you're mad right now, but you can't be. And he wasn't. He was a good sport about it.
Oh, really?
Simon. He was, I think, for like 5 minutes, and he was like, oh, pretty awesome.
Right. That's good. Good for Simon.
Yeah.
That rules.
Yeah, Simon was cool. A lot of middle school memes. So basically all this to say that I was always dope, and I'll always be dope.
Right. Yeah.
No.
I don't believe you.
In middle school, I was bullied, but I had already been bullied starting in elementary school. And people still liked me. But then in high school, I was like, nope.
No more.
Freshman year, come in the building, homecoming. Senior year, on the way out, Mr. Grandview, wowing them.
Wow.
So after that, I was like popular kid.
Mr.
But
Grandview.
also, Mr. Grandview is still to this day my best accomplishment I've ever done. I peaked senior year of high school,
Wow.
and that was the coolest thing I ever did.
Yeah.
And wow, did I bring it?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What does Mr. Grandview mean? Like you were senior king?
Yeah, pretty much.
Or the king of the prom or whatever?
It's the king of Mr.
king
Graham.
of school? You were just the king
I
of
was-
school?
Some people are born into positions of power.
I don't even believe it anymore. They crowned me the king of the year.
Front page spread on the Grandview Chronicle.
There's no way.
Alpha male. And then it was me in booty shorts and like a Ed Hardy bedazzled pink t-shirt.
Is this true?
Yes, skin
I wouldn't
tight.
deny it. I would believe this.
Yeah. Yeah. It was real.
Mr. Grandview.
And then the journalism teacher was like, because I did journalism. I used to have like a comedy section in the newspaper,
Yeah.
but the journalism teacher didn't want to give it to me because I was like popular and funny, and that was like a sin, a cardinal sin against a hipster 48-year-old woman.
Right. Yeah.
We don't like that the journalist I'm the only reason they read that damn paper. You think a bunch of 16-year-olds want to read about the Middle East? Not back then.
Yeah.
Not back then. The Middle East wasn't popular
You
back
were
then.
gossiping about the art teacher.
I was gossiping. I was saying sophomores stink.
That's good.
And
That's
here's
a good
why. I would just like make fun of things at the school that was happening.
That's great.
They tried to take shots at me. They tried to take me down. But
Yeah.
basically the journalism teacher's like, we can't do a full page article. But then I had some homies there and like, no, he wins Mr. Grandview, which means he gets the front page article.
Wait, so the journal?
I was WikiLeaks.
Yeah, you were the.
They were trying to take me down.
You
and they
were
were just
Q.
upset. I was bullseye, bullseye, bullseye.
Yeah, you were Q.
I was Q.
How did wait? So the journalists class,
Yeah.
they all voted on it.
No. Mr. Grandview was an audience vote. People texted in.
So the whole school.
Everyone
the whole
showed up. It was a sold out show.
Your mom was there. Everyone showed up. What are you
I
talking about?
didn't tell my mom it was happening, but my
so
cousin,
everyone showed up. Like the town showed up.
at least the Grandview part. It's a big deal at Grandview High School in
It
the year
sounds like
20
a
of
big
12.
deal.
It was huge. And I remember I won and they gave me a crown. And then I remember just feeling so scared that I had won that I when the thing ended, everyone would come out into the school
Yeah.
and I ran to my car. I like took a picture with my friends and then I ran to my car because I was too scared to face the audience.
You couldn't handle the fame, the glory.
I hadn't experienced it yet.
Right.
So I was like, what is this?
Wow.
And that was the first time I remember
First
getting
taste
like
of
big
royalty.
laughs in like a sold out crowd.
Did
'Cause
you
they-
do comedy?
Well, they had an interview portion of the show. And I
You were
I
funny.
shit on student council.
Which is
and
phenomenal.
Which is what everyone wants to hear because student council is just like the future dictators of the world.
Right. Yeah. The future GQ fucking writers, GQ magazine.
Yeah,
writers.
the decision makers for wasps.
Yeah. Just future landlords. Just
Yeah.
bad people.
Yeah, just criminals. Now they take up money in the tech spaces.
Yeah.
And they're the reason why you can't look at your phone without getting aneurysms.
Yeah.
They make those decisions like if you look at this phone for 20 years, you're going to have an aneurysm on this date.
Right.
They were in student council
Yeah.
being like everybody got to be nice to each other.
Who were you running
Just
against?
power hungry dogs. No, some of them were cool.
And who were you running against?
Like 10 other guys.
Really?
Yeah, 8,
All
10
men.
other guys. Yeah. It was Mr. Grandview.
Oh, so there was
Back
a
then, there
Mrs.
was only... No, they didn't even have a Mrs. Grandview or a Miss
Really?
Grandview.
Princess Grandview.
Yeah, no.
There was nothing.
No.
Just Mr. Grandview.
Well, then they had prom queen
So
and
what were
prom
the
king.
other? What were the other? Was there one guy? Did anyone come close, or was it just you were fucking off to the races?
I
had it
murdered
from the beginning.
from beginning to end.
Yeah.
So the the first act was like talent. So my friend Spencer and I dressed up like girls, basically, or just like tight, skimpy outfits, and we made a choreographed dance. And then at a certain point of the dance, the cheerleading team comes out and dances with us. And then I go,
Wow.
yeah. So
That's a popular guy thing to do. I could never rally fucking cheerleaders to do
Shannon
anything for me.
Loomis was
Shannon
the brains
Loomis?
behind the operation.
Wow.
She
Head
was
cheerleader?
like, she taught us how to dance. She wasn't on cheer, but she was a big dance gal. And then all the cheerleaders went along with her.
Wow.
So we did a dance. She taught me how to dance, and and it switched from like the whole dance started with, and this was my idea, was like, I want to start it with like a black swan, like I get like stabbed, and I and my friend is holding me, and we do like beautiful ballet moves. I'm like, you know. And so that murders, and then it goes into like hip hop and stuff like that.
Of course it does. Yeah.
Then the cheerleaders come out, and then at the end, once the cheerleaders come out, I'm like, "This isn't your thing. This is not your time. This is our time." And so Spencer and I go, like push off the cheerleaders. It's all planned.
Yeah.
But
No,
we're
I know.
like, "Get out of here, cheerleaders! You save it for the field."
So you're still incorporating funny the whole time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then the next section is you had to, and this is so crazy, but you had to ask a girl out on a date as part of
For
the
Mr. Grandview?
as
That was
part of the high school contest.
That's insanity.
Yeah, so
Let's see if you have game if you're so Mr. Grandview.
I know, and what I did was my friend Nicole, I asked her to the dance by rapping over Lil Wayne and giving her roses. She was so uncomfortable, and I think people felt so bad for me that they like voted for me.
That's amazing.
I was like, "Shorty, you should go to the high school dance with me." Glasses, I had a rose. And everything. She was sitting on a chair on this huge stage. And it was just
Oh, she was on stage with you
Yeah.
alone, just sitting there?
Yeah.
I pictured her in the audience.
And I was just going around and like, "Girl, you're so crazy." "Girl, you know what'd be crazy? If you would go to date me." So bad, mortifying. I didn't have like rhyme at all, so the rap was off too. It was all just like the beat in the background. I couldn't go to the beat. It was an overambitious.
If you go to the dance, I'll kiss you in France.
Yeah, I forget which Lil Wayne song it was, but it was like a really sexual. It was like a really sexual Lil Wayne song.
Wow, that's
But
amazing.
then I changed the lyrics to all going to the dance with me stuff.
And no one knows at this moment you're gay.
I mean, I'm sure the parents did. I'm sure the moms were like, "Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice."
That's cute.
Yeah.
What? And then did she end up going to the dance with you?
No, I don't think so. But she was my
Right.
good friend.
So she said no. She said yes on stage just to be like, yes.
She said something like, "I don't know," or
I
like, "Yeah,
Let me think about it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was something to that effect. The audience was like, "Ooh."
She knew it was gonna happen though.
I
Or
don't think I
were
told.
you
I
just
told
like
her,
come on stage. It's gonna be a quick thing. You just have to pretty much just say yes at the end of what I do.
I'm pretty sure I gave her a little heads up, but I'm not sure. She either didn't know or she was like in practice. Like once it actually happened, she's like, "Oh, this is weird as fuck."
Yeah, that's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's
and then
hilarious.
we did the interview question, and that's where I really crushed because I was like shitting on student council, being
Right.
funny. Everyone else is like, baseball.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
want like vending machines. I'll bring back vending machines if you make me Mr. Grandview.
Yeah.
Or I guess do you have power? You don't have power if you're Mr. Grandview.
I mean, social power.
Yeah, social power. You decide who's the loser now.
Yes. that is part of the. Once you crown, you can kill one nerd
Yeah.
in a sacrifice.
Yeah. Hey, Zach
Sort of setting.
Lakire.
Yeah.
Hey, Zach Lakire, you better wear fucking 2 pairs of underwear from now on.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to fucking wedgie the shit out of you. Everyone's wedgieing the shit out of you.
With my power, I rule you, dork fuck.
Hey, dork fuck.
Yeah, no, so that was probably and then it
That's
freaked me
amazing.
out that everyone liked it so much.
Yeah.
And then I
yeah,
ran
and
out
then
of
you
the
ran.
school and got to my car and just drove.
Wow. That was your first taste of success.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's
Yeah.
phenomenal.
And then after that I came out as gay and they were like,
Right. Miss the first Mrs. Grandview.
yeah. The
Pretty
first
much.
the first misses.
First Mrs. That's amazing. Have you got that was in high school though.
This was my senior year. I think I was technically graduated at the time and I just came back to do the contest. I begged to do the contest.
Oh really?
Yeah.
No way.
Because I graduated high school a semester early by taking classes at BYU, the Mormon school.
And they were like, dude, get the fuck out of here.
And I was like,
I want to be Mr. Grandview.
I've still got it. I had like a full-time job. I worked part-time. I wasn't even like a student anymore.
You said a full
No,
beard,
you know what?
full-grown man.
It was before I came out because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to pull the super feminine thing without it being
Right.
weird. Because everyone likes to laugh at a straight guy acting gay,
It's like
but
one
no
of the-
one like.
It's most black humor.
Whoa!
No, that's like Medea, Big Mama's House, Norbit. I think that's enough. White chicks.
White, yeah,
That's
that is a stereotype.
a lot of examples
There,
of black men just being like,
what if
Imagine.
imagine if you were not as masculine?
imagine if you dressed like a girl.
Yeah. But that's where the joke
is black
used
humor.
to. That's where the joke used to be. It used to be like, oh, that guy's acting like a girl. But if that guy were to act like a girl and also want to act like a girl, then they'd be like, no fucking way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If it was an expression of true feelings, then everyone would have been like, no way.
Right, like that Orange is the New Black character.
I'm not sure.
There's a trans woman on Orange is the New Black.
Right.
La Jolla. I don't know. You said
Let's not speculate.
Letitia.
Yes.
It's probably something like that.
Yeah.
Letitia Hurley. I don't think I'm too crazy far off.
Wow, that's insane.
Latanya.
It is something like that.
might be.
No, we're going to be way off. Let's not
All right.
take any more guesses.
Throw out one.
LaShonda.
LaShonda. That's a good one. That's more realistic.
LaShonda Latrella.
LaTrela.
LaShonda Latrella.
LaShonda LaStrela.
Laverne Cox.
Laverne Cox.
No,
No
that's
way.
what it is.
Really?
Yeah, it's Laverne Cox.
Laverne Cox. We had the low, right?
Yeah.
Laverne Cox sounds like such a guy's name.
No.
Laverne.
Laverne.
I'm Laverne. Yeah, I'm Laverne.
And Pat, I got to be honest, it might not even be Laverne.
Also Cox. I mean, that's a...
I know. That seems a little intentional.
Yeah. If her name was like LaShoy Pussies, I'd be like, that's fair.
That's funny.
That's a girl's name. LaShoy Pussies.
She is a wonderful actress.
She is. She is.
Did you see
I
that
always get
episode
surprised
of
when I see,
Curb Your Enthusiasm?
No.
They had this great joke where Laverne Cox accepts an award, but earlier
I have seen it.
she doesn't shake Larry David's hand
'Cause she's sick.
Yeah, because she's got a
Yeah.
cold. And then it comes time to take over the award, and she goes in for a hug, and Larry David goes,
Yeah.
like jolts back, but it's because she had a cold and not because she's trans.
Right.
Good,
I was gonna
really
say-
funny joke.
Yeah.
Really.
I was going to say, when black people kiss, I am always like, oh, wow. Like when black gay men, like when gay black men have.
You don't see it a lot.
You don't see it a lot. So
Yeah.
when I'm like, when I'm looking up gay porn on my phone, and then I come across two gay black men fucking, I'm like, oh, wow. That's surprising.
Wow.
It's like seeing an Asian NASCAR driver. You'd be like, oh, okay. I wouldn't go, no.
I bet he's great.
But I would say, wow, okay. I've never seen that before. That is new to me.
That's new.
It's new.
That's new.
Yeah.
It's not saying anything.
It's not saying
It's like,
no.
obviously, he's a NASCAR driver. He got there.
He must be really good.
He must be really good. And I'm going to feel terrible when he crashes and dies.
And I
Kidding.
And
Sometimes,
if he
oh,
did,
God.
Dale Earnhardt did it.
Yeah. So did other people.
So did other people.
You know
I'm
what's
sure
terrible?
Danica Patrick has crashed a bunch.
You know what's terrible? When you do a racist joke and everyone's like, everyone gets like real weird about it, but then like earlier in the night or day, everyone's throwing racist, homophobic, you know, and we're all like having fun, and then you do one, and then people are like, I'm like, no, we were all doing it.
Yeah, everyone was doing it.
We're all black, Indian, gay, bi. Like there's a
True.
diverse
When there's
group
a
here.
fruit salad of a room.
Right. So let's let her rip, because it's so hard, because some people, if one person takes it seriously, then everyone's like, oh, now that person's a terrible person.
Well, I think the problem is, like, if you were to describe like a room full of races as a fruit salad, one of the races is kiwi. And we all agree that kiwi is definitely the lesser.
worst.
It's the worst. If kiwi wasn't in the fruit salad, nobody would notice nor mind. So I think when you attack the kiwi, people go, whack. Come on. Be easy on the kiwi. It has a tough
but
life.
that's the messed up part, is because when you go, don't
You're
make fun of the
including-
kiwi,
Yeah.
then you're saying, oh, that kiwi needs more protection. Can't hang
Right.
because they're too vulnerable victims.
Well, I think it's because people think, hey, people want to take out the kiwi.
Yeah, it actually reflects on their own prejudices as well.
True.
Of being like, well, if in the context of a comedy show,
Yeah.
it's like you want everyone included.
Yeah.
So you're saying by getting all weird of me making fun of kiwis, you're going, oh, that kiwi can't be. You're excluding them.
Yeah.
You're excluding them.
You're excluding kiwi. Kiwis can be laughed at too.
Yes, everyone
Yeah.
everyone and everything can be laughed at. Always.
Yeah.
And then not to say like, because there's people that take that super far and they go like, oh, well, you can't make a joke anymore. Oh, what are you offended? And I was like, I can think of 10 things that would offend that type of person as well.
Yeah.
So you have to be cool when it goes back on your end too.
Yeah.
If I bring up Christianity or, you know, fucking kids.
Yeah. Oh, didn't that go wrong for you one time where you
I'm
made
sure, and several times.
you made a joke about there was like I think I saw it once of you made a joke because you were like, oh, what are you, Christians or something? What are you, Catholic? And they were like, or I forget what it was. You said you were gay, and these two guys were like, and you were like, oh, what's wrong with you guys? And they were like, I'm Catholic. And you were like, oh, so you're mad I'm not a little boy. And the whole crowd was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus.
They were
this
more
is a-
comfortable with like the two guys going, faggot. Yeah. And then when I turned around on them, they were like, whoa. And the whole crowd agreed with them. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
They were all like, don't.
God, just bring out Ron White already. What the hell? Who is this gay guy?
Yeah, they were all having fun when I was like, I'm a fatty fag. And then,
Fatty poo poo.
yeah, and then when those guys are like, then that's what I'm saying. It's like the people who say that they say it about other groups. They're like, "Oh, what are you offended? You're always offended." It's like, I know a billion things that would offend you, because everyone has something to be offended by. That's just human nature.
Yeah. Yeah. Being offended offends you.
Yes. Yeah.
If you're offended that I'm offended.
Right. Exactly.
What are you offended? What are you offended? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm offended.
You're offended that I'm offended.
Yeah. This is an offensive circle we're in.
This is an offensive water wheel.
Yeah, water wheel. That's a good. I was gonna say earlier, because we were talking about racism in middle school. I knew this kid Eric, and I am from just a racist suburb project, just racist. I'm from Boston, just racist across the board. So he was the first Korean I ever met in my life. His name was Eric, and he was the only Korean. The school I went to was like 98% white. And there was like one Kenyan that we like brought over, and like literally I remember him showing up and the school being like, give it up for him for being from Kenya.
Right. Is one of
like
those
they
things.
paraded him around in a way that was like, this seems fucked up.
Yeah.
That we're doing this. And then Eric showed up and they were like, he's from Korea. It was like they were buying these kids from other countries just to parade them and be like, we got one.
Yeah.
And then I think they kind of got everyone, because then they got like an Indian girl who I remember having a crush on me, and I liked her back.
Nice.
But she was so hairy. I remember one time we had a play date, and I saw her back, and her back was like fully just. It looked like this. It looked like
Wow.
It looked bad, and I remember just immediately being like, "Ooh, I don't have a." Sorry, Vaishnavi, I don't have a crush on you anymore.
Wow.
But
Okay.
so Eric was. So this was in 6th grade. I would walk up to Eric all the time because I was also like grew up on Xbox, just being the most racist, and I thought that's just like how people got along. So I'd walk up to Eric and go, "Oh, I'm Eric," and I would just kind of be like, "What's up, Eric?" Like I thought that was like normal.
Yeah.
But then Eric got like, because I was just friendly with him after I would do that, and he would just go, "Oh, I'm fat American piece of shit. Oh, I'm fat pizza eater," and I would be like, "Haha, yeah, you got me." And that's how we like got along through racism.
That does bring people together, but the problem is when someone doesn't hit back.
Yes, but here's the thing: is one day
And it has to come from a place of love.
I did it in front of, and this is a perfect example of what you were talking about. I did it in front of an English teacher who was about 27, blue hair, glasses,
Blue-haired liberal.
Velma from Scooby-Doo.
Right. Just the person that would this would make them jump off a cliff.
Just the person. And so I walk up, and Eric's sitting in the front row of the class, and she's like writing on the board or whatever, and it's like class is about to begin. And I walk up and I go, "Oh, I'm Eric. Oh." And she turned around and was like, "Why'd you say that?" And I was like, I'm just messing with him. And she was like, she started bawling her eyes out.
That's crazy. And what was Eric doing this whole time? He was like,
yeah, Eric fully was just like, but Eric was like, to be a dick, he was like, "Oh, you're going to get in so much trouble."
he got you back.
He got me. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "What did you do?" Like shaking, crying. And she was like, "Eric, are you okay?" As if I like walked up and beat him with a stick. And she goes, "Eric, are you okay?" And Eric was like, "No."
Oh, no, he didn't.
Yeah, which I was like, "Eric, come on, Eric, please tell her." And she was like, "You're going to the office with me?" She was shaking, literally shaking, like she witnessed a hate crime. Like 3 Italian dudes beat up a black guy in a corner. That's how she was acting, as if she witnessed the most brutal, heinous hate crime in the world.
But you guys were friends.
We were friends.
Right.
But Eric being like, it's funny
Messing
that
with
he
you.
was like, "No,
Yeah.
that's not all right. Take him away." And then, the teacher brought me to the office and was like bawling her eyes out to the principal, and was, but then she was like, tell her what you said."
No.
So I had to be like, well, I walked up to Eric and I went, "Oh," and the principal was like,
It's a Boston principal.
Yeah, because the principal's like, no. Like,
Yeah.
obviously she was going to laugh because she's like, she doesn't know what I'm about to say. But yeah, I had to reiterate my fucking racism to the principal. And the principal was like, I'm calling your dad. You're fucking suspended for the day. And I was like, all right. And then and then my dad picked me up and he was like, what the fuck did you do? But like, they made him come in.
Yeah.
And they were like, tell your dad.
It's
what you
always a
did.
whole theatrics.
It's insane.
When you get suspended.
Wait, you're inconveniencing so many people.
Right.
Because me and my friend were being kids.
Yeah.
And because we're being kids. But yeah, my dad came in and was like, well, what the fuck happened? And they were like, tell your father what you did. So I literally had to once again be like, I walked up to my friend Eric and I went, oh. And my dad was like, what? And my dad was like freaked out. Every time my dad got called to school, he would freak the fuck out at the school. There was one time they wanted to put my brother Chris in like sped class or something, or they wanted to expel him because he was late a lot. It was something like that. And my dad walked in and was like, are you fucking kidding me? And he started whipping chairs at the wall because he was like, I need to be at work right now. And you want to expel my kid because he's fucking late? Who gives a fuck? And he would freak out. He'd always be on our side, which is cool. But he'd be on our side in like a psychotic way that you were kind of like, man, I don't want this guy on my side.
Yeah.
He's so fucking
like
angry.
you just gotta like you just gotta with a t-shirt you know what, this
this is why. Put it all on him.
put it on them.
All the blame on him. There was one time that happened with my mom. My mom came into my school with me and fucking holy shit was she a nightmare.
Oh, when moms get defensive of their little baby cubs.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she got so crazy and freaked out at me and freaked out at the principal, freaked out at the whole school. She brought like a assistant principal in, and then the assistant principal like left because my mom was like, you get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
You have nothing to do with this. And like just some like pussy vice principal was like, okay, and just walked out. But my principal ended up like looking at me like, hey, I'm gonna take it easy on you for the rest of the year. And she did. She fully like left me alone because she was like, damn, your mom is crazy.
Dude, I remember one time my mom, I was like 4 or maybe 5, really young, right? I had this kid that I would play with in the neighborhood. And then one time he like hit me. Like, and my mom, being as crazy as she was, I went back home and I was like, oh, yeah, so-and-so hit me. And my mom went to the kid's house with a golf club
No.
and was like, give me him. And this like mom and dad of the kids were just like, no, you psycho.
Give me the
She brought a golf club. Like she was gonna kill a 5-year-old. You're gonna storm in and like
Oh my
one
God.
hit by a golf club to
Yeah.
like a 4 or 5-year-old. They're dead.
Give me him.
They were like, and it was
Bring him out. Bring him out.
I know he's in there. I know he's in there. Dude, it was crazy, man.
That's amazing though on your end. What a good mom.
Yeah.
That rules.
She really stuck up for me.
Yeah, that rules. It's a good moment.
Yeah, but I was like, hey, mom, just like 5 notches less would do.
There was one time I was just playing in the yard, but my brother Chris and his friends were playing street hockey. And this kid like drove up in like a fucking Pontiac. He like sped up the road. And my dad like just kicked open the fucking front door, just ripped the front door off the hinges and ran outside and like screamed at the Pontiac. Like, fucking stop. And for some reason, the kid did. I think he was, I don't know. He had a cocky, like, I'm in high school. Oh, what's this dad going to do?
Yeah.
But it's my, bald Italian fucking gold chain dad who you almost just hit his kids. I remember my brother Chris and his friends being like, whoa, run. And like running off the road as he fucking peeled up the street. And my dad just booked it and grabbed him. Like he walked up, and I think the kid like rolled down his window, thinking like this will just be a quick scream.
Yeah.
And my dad opened the door and took the kid out and like slammed him against the car, and was like, "Dude, if I ever fucking see you." He did that back of the throat dad scream.
Yeah.
You know when like it gets like high pitched.
Yeah,
because they're screaming.
that's when it gets scary.
Like an eagle. Like.
Yeah, when it's like skips.
Yeah. But he did that. Yeah, he did. He slammed him, and I never saw that car again. He slammed him against the car and was like, "If I ever fucking see you drive up the street, I will fucking kill you. I will kill you." But it was Eagle.
I will kill you. I will kill you.
Just a 44-year-old red-faced bald man, Italian man who has nothing to do. He's just, all he does is work and raise kids, and you almost took one of those from him.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, yeah, he's gonna murder you. I never saw that kid again.
Wow.
That Pontiac.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
But yeah, those moments you're like, damn, dude, my dad's the fucking man. Yeah. But then
Yeah.
one time I saw my dad cut his thumb off with a fucking, with a table saw. Because he did that just dumb fucking, like it shut off, and he, like a piece of wood was stuck in, and he was like, huh. And he didn't shut it off, it just was stopped.
Yeah.
Which, like, is the
Yeah.
table saw 101. You don't.
You shut it off.
Unplug it.
Yeah.
And then you take, but yeah, he took the wood out, and then the table saw like went right down his thumb, and so it cut out like a bowl of his thumb, like the thumb print is gone.
Wow.
Like it cut like his fingernail in half, so his thumb's all like fucked up.
Oh.
But I remember I was like playing inside, and I remember just hearing him go, "Ah, my thumb's gone!" Ah! And being like, "Ah, shit, my dad's not cool." I cut off my fucking thumb. And he came up with just a rag, and he was like, "I cut off my fucking thumb." And it was, I have a picture of it. If I can get the picture of it, it's a grotesque picture. YouTube would probably take it down.
Yeah.
But he got it stitched up. So like what happened was he cut like, say like 2/3 of the way of his thumb off. So they just kind of like folded it up and sewed it.
Oh.
So he just had like, it looks like the head of a carrot, his thumb. It's like the most retarded thumb I've ever seen. Like it looks like he's like spent a lifetime of just jamming it and things. It's just a swollen. It looks like a big toe. He has a big toe for a thumb.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah,
Incredible stuff.
that's my dad.
Yeah, my dad would he would just he came in all business like and with like threats that, you know, he rarely got mad, but he would get mad whenever, like that time I got suspended
Yeah.
for pushing Sam into the lockers.
Yeah.
He would just come
suspended
in.
for that?
Yeah, I got suspended.
For a push.
Yeah,
Crazy.
but it was so cool. My parents were so on my side that my mom and I went to the movies and got lunch at Chili's the next day.
Nice.
And I just
That's
had
a
the
win.
best day off ever.
That's a big win.
Yeah, because they knew he was that kid. He kept on fucking with me and stuff.
Yeah. No, that's nice. Yeah.
And calling me gay and calling me a faggot when I didn't know like the gravity of those words, but I felt like I
Right.
kind of knew, so I'd just like bawl my eyes out,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
and then not knowing why.
That is funny to be like, to be crying. Why are you crying? I think I should be.
Yeah,
I just have a feeling I should
I have
be
a
crying.
feeling it means more to me when someone says that word.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Your dad never attacked you?
No, but he would, when he got really, really mad, he would,
Verbal threats.
he would almost, he'd
Ah.
go, and
Like a
he
boy?
was such a mild, yeah, he was so mild mannered.
He'd make you flinch.
Yeah. Yeah. He was so mild mannered.
Funny dad thing to do.
Yeah, well, it was so drastic because he was always a calm guy. So
That's
like when he got out of calm, you're like, whoa.
Right.
Because if he had always been like, you know, quick to anger and stuff, then you would have expected it.
Right.
But he was always mild mannered. So when he got angry, you're like, you knew not to fuck with him.
Right.
It was like the parallels, not the parallels, but like the vast difference, the inconsistency of like calm, and then he'd be like, whoa.
Right.
So when he did get super angry, you'd shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how like boomer dads are. They bottle up and explode. That's how I always described my father.
I remember one time my dad bottled up and exploded at a Dave Matthews concert.
Why?
There was these two ladies that were talking the whole time during the concert.
Yeah.
And he turned around and he's just like, hey, can you guys, you've just been talking the whole show. We just paid, a lot of money for these tickets. And, they're just talking the whole time. So it was distracting.
Right.
And so he turned around and said that. And they were these drunk ladies and they were like, whatever, old man, you probably can't hear us anyway. And my dad was like very insecure about his hearing because he had bad hearing.
No way.
Yeah.
She hit him in the wrong spot.
Yeah. And he went,
Wow.
shut the fuck up. And they were like, Jesus.
Like an actual.
Yeah, well, because he
Explosion.
came in so mild mannered and he was always trying to diffuse things.
He did the right thing, too.
Yeah.
They were in the wrong.
They were in the wrong.
And they stopped?
And they stopped.
That's good.
They stopped or got kicked out. It was one of those things.
Oh, either way.
Yeah.
Yeah. You probably can't even hear us, old man.
I said, you don't
So
you
funny.
don't mess with Tim
Yeah.
when he's listening to Dave Matthews Band with Tim Reynolds at
Right.
in Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a crazy thing to do.
Yeah. Don't
DMV fans mean it.
I can tell people that a lot of people don't know this about me, but
Big DMB guy.
I'm a big DMB guy.
And that's something you and my brother would get along with.
I have
My brother Mark is a huge DMB guy.
really.
Huge fan.
Oh gosh, we could listen to the Red Rocks album
Oh, boy.
live at Red Rocks.
Boy.
Dave Matthews and Tim Reynolds live at Red Rocks. Oh, which one?
I hate
know?
it.
Oh,
I am the farthest from a
I've
DMV.
been stranded in the night, gone into your nightmares. That's Halloween when Dave Matthews was all scary. I could reap into you when you come around here.
Oof.
And then the ants. She's on the other is thinking. Oh, it's on directions. Yes, I love Dave Matthews Band. So
They fall in the same category as Fish and 311 for me.
Nope.
No,
They're so different.
Same. They're the same.
They're different
realm.
than Fish. Fish sucks, and everyone knows it.
Yeah.
But Dave Matthews Band is different.
Me and my brothers, me and my three older brothers, Mike, Chris, and Mark, we have a Spotify playlist we share.
Right.
It's called Shared Between Brothers. And we have a text chat where we send each other Spotify music and then we add it to the chat. So then we add it to the playlist so that like when we're listening to the playlist, it's just a random collection of shit that my brothers listen to. So it's a good way to just find new music because we all have different music tastes. But my brother Mark and I think my brother Mike added so much Dave Matthews Band that me and my brother Chris brought it to like a vote that led to like a huge like one of those like yelling at each other debates where I hope you die, one of those brother fights. I hope you fucking die.
Yeah.
Where you get it led to
You
like
just say such mean shit.
you just go so far.
Yeah.
But it led to such a fight. And then I think we've took a final vote and there's no Dave Matthews Band allowed in the playlist.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you sabotaged a good thing.
Well, what happened also is that me and my three older brothers, we have a Instagram group chat that we talk in and we share like memes and shit. And me and my brother Chris are big wrestling fans, so we would send constant wrestling updates and just have like long debates about wrestling. And my brother Mark freaked out about that and was like, me and Mike don't fucking watch that fucking shit, so take it out of the group chat. So then me and my brother Chris separated it.
I'm with him on that.
And so that's what we applied to the Dave Matthews Band.
Oh, it
And
started
we
with
said we did separate the wrestling from our main chat, so you have to separate the Dave Matthews
Why
Band.
are you trying to separate Dave from the ears, man?
It's terrible. I don't like it. Dave Matthews is one of those.
Excuse me, please, one more drink.
Could
you make it strong? Cause I don't need to think she
I've never
broke
liked
my
any of it.
heart, my crazy.
I've tried
Oh, really?
listening to
Because
it.
he's like best friends with Adam Sandler. So, yeah, maybe your taste is out of whack.
I don't know.
And one
I've
time they
tried.
dumped their poop in the water. Some tour bus, they dumped their poop in the river. And it was like a big deal because I think it fell on somebody. It was like over a
that's
bridge.
funny.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
So, pretty big deal.
yeah. I just don't. I don't like it. I don't think I ever will.
I say all of this because I've got a huge Dave Matthews Band tattoo on my arm.
Yes, you do.
A massive, and I got it when I was 16 from my brother's friend who did it out of an apartment.
Yeah. Really?
Uh-huh.
It's pretty good for. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
It's a really good tattoo.
he was Korean
Right. So he mastered.
or Japanese. So just
Either way, he
Yeah.
mastered the art of tattoo.
he took his art seriously.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I get this tattoo without my parents, and then I got another set of tattoos under my arms, which are lyrics. But basically, I got like the naked fire dancer, and then so for 2 years, I had to lie to my parents and always wear long clothes.
Wow. Forever.
Yeah, but luckily it was a position where I could wear a shirt, but I would just never lift my arms ever. I was always cognizant to never lift my arms around there in the case that my shirt went down.
That's crazy.
Yes, and then like we'd have family vacations, and luckily I was fat, so I was able like, oh, he's keeping his shirt on because he's fat. In reality, it was because I didn't want them to see my tattoo, and I was fat.
Yeah. Yeah. The shirt, the fat shirt on is a big problem. Big problem when you're fat.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
you base your whole life around.
You
it.
don't think about it until you're at the water, and then you have that like quick 50-50 moment of like, oh fuck, I really don't want to take
This
my
is
shirt
a Coke
off.
Zero, by the way.
No, it's absinthe.
It's absinthe. I mean,
What did you think it was? What did you think they were gonna think it was?
I think we were going to talk about being fat, and I was going to take a drink, and they're like, "Look at this fatty
Look at this
talking
fat,
about being
fat."
fat, drinking a fucking like a fatty drink."
While skinny, sexy Patrick drinks water. While skinny,
That's vodka.
It is salt water for my wisdom teeth.
Yeah, you got your wisdom teeth taken out.
2 days ago.
We got to put the picture up of your disgusting
Yes.
teeth.
There they are.
Gross.
Rotted. The dentist said that I have such a fat fucking cheek that I can't reach my toothbrush back there, and that's why food was just storing between my cheek and my tooth, and I just wasn't able to get it out.
And he said they pulled it out in like
no time.
no time. It was ready to
He
go.
literally like stuck something in and did like a fucking like just plucked it out, and he literally picked it up and was like, "It's out." I was like, "What?" Because I thought it was gonna be like this big procedure, put me under, cut it. So, like I thought they had to like cut your gums open, break the tooth, take it out piece by piece. But he literally just like reached in there and just fucking plucked it right out. It popped right out.
Wow.
So, which is crazy because I've always thought like, yeah, I've just always thought it was like a real surgery that had
It
a long
usually
recovery
is.
time. Yeah.
It usually
Luckily,
is.
mine came in straight. And if anybody's watching with the picture, you can analyze the roots. They are very straight.
Wow.
Very well. That's why I didn't get them out until now. When I went to the dentist when I was like 19, and the dentist was like, "Yeah, they're straight as fuck. They're coming in perfect."
That's
You
how
know-
he said it too. Pat,
Yeah.
your teeth are just straight as fuck, man. Very cool. Anyway, that'll be $4,000.
Yeah, straight up. But straight up, dab it up, bro. But yeah, no.
Honestly, fucking tight.
But yeah, he said you don't have to get them removed because they came in just normal. Whereas other people's come in like fucking just weird angles. Mine just came in like regular teeth.
I remember when I got my wisdom teeth taken out, the guy, they didn't put me under, but they gave me the anesthetic. I could hear and feel everything, and I don't think they gave me enough, drugs.
Mm-hmm.
So I could really feel it, and it was like hurting a lot, and it was just insane because it just don't put the spit in front of the camera. That's so gross.
Yeah.
This guy was such a jerk. I was like sweating because I was in so much pain, and he was like in my mouth, and just I could hear like, and I was like, and then he looked down at me, and this is how it went. He looked down at me with his hands in my mouth, and he went, "You're sweating," and then just laughed and kept going.
Yeah.
Like, what a pussy.
Yeah, dentists are weird.
Yeah, dentists are masochist freaks.
Yeah, they are. I mean, to want to play with those tools with
Yeah.
gloves on and a mask on is psychotic.
Yeah, and they always find like a traumatized lady
Yeah.
that like helps out. And then I always feel like the dentist is like, "Are you okay? Like, this dentist is being so mean to you."
Dude, when the lady was ripping out my tooth, because they have the dental assistant there, so the guy was ripping out my tooth, and I held up my hand to the dental assistant because I'm getting a tooth ripped out of my face and I'm awake for it.
Yeah.
And I held up my hand and I said, "Can you hold my hand?" And she goes, "You want me to hold your hand?" She laughed at me. She went, "You want me to hold your hand?" And then she like laughed with the dentist, like, "He wants me to hold his hand." And I was like freaking out, shaking.
I hope no one shows up to her birth. When she gives birth, I hope no one shows up.
Yeah.
It's so they get such a kick out of it.
Yeah.
These dentists and dental assistants are psycho.
Just me pleading. Please hold my hand.
You also are like a 25-year-old man.
Yeah. And she was like a 22-year-old.
About to be
dental assistant.
26.
About to be 26. Now. I'm 26 now.
It's your birthday?
It's my birthday.
Oh, because midnight?
It's midnight.
Happy
yeah.
birthday, Patrick. You had your birthday on
Happy birthday
SMUDGEHAWKS.
live on the podcast.
Everyone sing with me. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Patrick DePari. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Dylan.
Yeah. Heather
you
could never.
Were you ever one of those people that hated getting happy birthday sung to them? Or were you the like, yes?
Well, I remember I'd go to this place, Gunther Tootie's. It was a diner. It was my favorite place to go on my birthday.
Gunther Tooties.
Gunther Tootie's. I don't think it exists anymore. But there'd always be like a lady and she would kiss you with lipstick on your birthday.
Nice. On like the lips?
No, she'd like give you a kiss on the cheek.
Gunther Tooties.
Yeah.
That sounds like a dope place to get like food.
It was great. They had like gravy fries. It was like a diner.
Yeah.
And all the waitresses dressed like old waitresses from like the 50s or whatever. Kind of like what you'd see in Greece.
That rules.
Yeah.
I love Gunther Tooties.
Yeah, it
This
was
rules.
amazing.
Where was this? Ohio? Colorado?
No, Colorado, in Aurora.
Wow.
And yeah. So, but yeah, I didn't mind birthdays. So I had some really cool birthdays.
I never have good birthdays. It's always bad.
Really?
Yeah, Heather threw me the worst birthday ever because I specifically told her, Heather Keith, girlfriend, just for the record, I told Heather I've never had a good birthday. I feel like because I care so much about other people's birthdays, I make it like a great day. I will pour so much money in. I spent $1,000 on Heather this year. I bought her a fucking Switch.
And you'd like someone to return the favor.
I don't care for it. It just doesn't happen. Mm-hmm. But I love Christmas. I love birthdays. I love 4th of July. I love like a huge celebration. And I love for everybody to leave satisfied.
Yeah.
And I just love like I fuck up a Christmas. Like I'm like OCD when it comes to Christmas. Everybody has the same amount of gifts and they all have the same sentimental value. And it's like fucking, it's just a good day. I'm good. I'm a dope Santa. But no one's a dope Santa for me. My dad buys me tube socks every year that I'm like, oh, I didn't ask for tube socks. And I don't mind, though. I don't mind. I'm not like a dick about it. I just don't. I just am like, it is funny that I care so much about people's birthdays. And on my birthday, dude, one time, my high school girlfriend, the devil be her name, we broke up, and then it was my birthday, and then she was fucking this other guy.
And you found out on your birthday?
No. But she, like, on my birthday, she was like, hey, can I come pick you up real quick and we could just like chill in my car for a bit? And I was like, sure. And then we chilled in her car, and she just kind of like cried. And I was like, what's happening? And she like cried and like was listening to music and was like trying to like pretend like the vibes were good. And I was like, what's happening? And then she was like, all right, I'm going to go home. And I was like, okay. And then I found out she was in a fight with a guy she was fucking that day. And it was my birthday. And I texted her like, and I texted her like a week later because I found that out. And I was like, oh, what the fuck? She was like, oh shit, was that your birthday? I'm sorry. And I was like, oh dude,
gosh,
that's brutal. So that's about how I view my birthday every year. So Heather threw me consider that's how I spent my birthday once. Heather threw me a birthday party where she tried to invite like everybody like last minute to a big house party. And so she threw it at Zach Silverman's house.
Yeah.
And I think I blame him because I think he set like unrealistic rules.
I remember this.
I've thrown multiple house parties at Zach's house. You have to ignore everything he says.
Yeah.
When you're throwing a party at a friend's house and they go, I can't have too many people, you go, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You're going to have a fun time because I know how to throw a party. If I threw the party you wanted, you wouldn't have fun. And you'd say, this sucks. So you invite as many people as you want.
Right.
And ask them, bring more people. And then you ask him to buy as much alcohol. And then he goes, I don't know if I want like the best food. And you go, no, you got to buy the best food. Oh, I don't know if we should. Let's buy a cheap liquor. No, let's buy the best one. Let's buy. And then you push them to just buy everything. And then you have the best party ever. Heather got stopped at, I don't want any more than 10 people. Heather went, oh, okay, I'll listen to that. Big mistake.
I remember you were furious.
I wasn't furious as much as I was embarrassed. It was embarrassing because the 10 people she did invite last minute were like, yeah, I'm busy. I can't. So then I show up. So then she's like, hey, let's go to Zach's house and we'll drink a few beers before we go to the city. And I was like, fuck yeah. So then I was hyped to go to the city and get fucked up.
Yeah.
So then we show up to Zach's house and there's one, I think, Paul Cyphers or something was just sitting on the couch and he was like, surprise. And I was like, surprise. Hey, what's up? And they were like, yeah, sorry, nobody showed up yet. So we tried to throw a surprise party for you. And I was like, oh, guys, that's cute. And they were like, yeah, we got pizzas and soda and some beer. And I was like, all right. And then we sat there for like 3 hours while nobody showed up.
I remember. I remember that day.
And like 2 people were there. It was like Alyssa Spatola and Paul Cyphers.
Just like nice people, but not people you were close with.
Not people I was even that like best friends with either. And so they were just sitting there like, and I was like, we should go downtown. It's about that time. We're running out of time. And Heather was like, no, people are going to show up. So then we just waited there until like 3 a.m. And eventually like 5 more people did show up. Once again, not people I'm close with. Just 5. And then everyone was just making fun of me about how no one showed up to my birthday party, which I was like, I didn't even throw this, nor do I want to be here.
Right.
So then it was just me sitting in a room full of 8 people being like, ha, you're a fucking loser. Nobody showed up for you. And I was like, this is the worst day of my life. This feels like a joke on me. It feels like I'm being fucked with. And Heather did feel horrible about it. And she tried, but I asked her respectfully, don't try again.
That's
Please.
so funny.
Please don't try again. It didn't work. Nobody can throw a house party. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of people in the world who can, but I throw a fucking good house party.
You throw a good house party.
I'm good at a house party.
Yeah. Gosh.
It
Yeah,
rules.
I always have good birthdays because I go into it. I spend the first part of the day by myself.
It's the way to do it.
It is the way to do it. I get whatever breakfast I want or whatever food I want. I usually go to a movie. I chill super hard.
Yeah.
And then at night, I'll do something. The only times I haven't had good birthdays was when I've been in a relationship. Because there's something that whenever I'm in a relationship and have my birthday, my significant other tries to destroy my fun.
Yeah.
And it always winds up on my birthday, except for one. One of my college boyfriends, Joel.
Yeah.
Bless his heart, very good guy. This is what he did on my birthday. I wake up to Dunkin' Donuts, coffee, donuts, muffins, breakfast sandwiches, the whole 9 yards. And then we smoke weed and watch Top Gear all morning. And that was an amazing way to do it.
That's the best.
And then the
What
other
kind of
times,
A dozen donuts?
yeah, just a box of a bunch of different types of
That
donuts,
rules.
and then a bunch of different breakfast sandwiches and coffee,
Amazing.
and then just getting high
then
and
you got
watching
high
Top
and
Gear
watched
together.
movies? Amazing.
Yeah, and it was
Top Gear is that show with the Australians or the British guys?
yeah, exactly. And they do car stuff,
Yeah.
and it was awesome because it was just had a great day. But then the other times, it was like they saw that I was having fun, and they said, "I know this is your birthday. I want to do something to make sure you're not having too much fun."
Yeah,
Today.
that seems like a common thing with significant others.
Why? What is that? What
don't
is
know.
that? Where it's like you see a person like, why are they having so much fun? And then want to be like, I want them to have less fun.
I think it's them realizing that they can't provide for you that what you want. Like a birthday shows that you can't, because you're like, I want to do this on my birthday, and they can't do that for you. Or they're having fun without you, or they're so mad at you that they're like, oh, is this a special day for you? I'm going to ruin it. I don't know. It's a mental illness. If you
know
want to
what it
ruin
is.
someone's birthday, you're a fucking psychopath.
Yeah,
That's psychotic.
On a birthday, if you're in a relationship, you got to put all of your personal shit aside.
Yeah.
That day is not about you, and don't bring up bullshit on the birthday of a significant other.
Yeah.
If you're feeling depressed and sad and lonely, push it aside for a day.
Yeah.
That's the least you can do is put on a smile and play the part for the birthday, even if you don't feel like it.
Yeah.
That's part of the gift.
I do think a birthday, though, is where you realize, like, oh, like holidays and shit, that's where you realize, like, oh, I really don't love this person. I really don't give a fuck about this person.
Really?
Yeah. I think so.
I have
If
the
you
opposite
don't want to, if you don't want to do anything for them, no, I'm saying like if you're you're that to a person, you're like, oh, I really. That's like you admitting like I don't love you. I don't give a fuck that it's your birthday. I'm not gonna try.
Yeah.
I'm not getting you anything.
You can really tell if the relationship's going to last by behavior on a birthday.
Yeah. Which, knock on wood on me and Heather, but yeah, I spent $1,000 on her this month. I mean this birthday.
Nice.
I blew her birthday the fuck up. Mostly because last year I had no money, and I bought her like Dollar Tree stuff.
Yeah.
And was like, I did what I can. It's the thought that counts. Which last year was dope. I literally did hook it up in no way other than just like what I had $20 to my name, and I spent it all on like a red velvet cake, which is her favorite, a shitty flower, and then like toys.
That's sweet.
But yeah, it's the sentiment that's
Yeah.
like it's a good sentiment.
That's the thing. It was like the sentiment, one of the best ones I've had when I was in a relationship was Dunkin' Donuts in the morning
right
and
It's-
weed.
Yeah.
That's great.
So then this year, because I had enough money, I brought her out. I brought Heather out.
Nice.
Me and Heather had a great night.
Remember on my last birthday when we got a hotel room in the city and then went to a steakhouse and they
Yes.
treated us poorly?
They treated us like shit.
Which stinks because I really liked Dean's Steakhouse.
Yeah.
And then when we all went to Dean's Steakhouse, they were such assholes to us.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And they sat us
they did the-
outside
they
by a
did-
crane and then when
The
you said it
loudest
was my
drill.
birthday, they were like, "Oh, he's just trying to get a free dessert."
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like
They did the
you guys were
classic-
such assholes, and I had loved them before, but that time on my birthday, they were really shitty to us.
Yeah, terrible.
And
They-
I had made a reservation, and then they were like, "No."
Yeah, they had so many seats open. And they were like, "Yeah, we only have outside for you," and it was like, "No way."
Yeah, there was like
No
a million.
fucking
It
way.
was like mostly empty.
Yeah, it was mostly empty, and they were like, "Yeah, it's gonna be like a 2-hour wait for you."
Yeah. And I know you called ahead.
yeah, yeah.
But-
Even though you had a reservation, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's insane. That was insane.
I know.
And then just treated like garbage.
Yeah, the server and the host was mean as fuck.
Yeah.
It's like, God, you guys suck.
Mm-hmm.
And I really liked them before. I was talking it up the whole time to you guys. I was like, oh, this place is the best. And then that spoiled it for me.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I have enough influence, I'm going to tell the world about Dean's Steakhouse.
Yeah. Fuck Dean's Steakhouse.
Fuck Dean's Steakhouse.
I would never go
I
back.
trusted you.
Yeah.
I loved you.
Terrible place.
But then we had a fun time just hanging out. You, me, and Heather
Yeah, you
going
bought,
to spots.
you bought that horrible cake. Like the worst cake ever.
I liked that cake.
You didn't finish it.
Yeah, but it was a whole cake. You guys wouldn't eat.
I bought a big thing of pastries that day that were nice.
Nice.
That were good pastries.
You did
and
buy
I don't
some
think
good
you,
pastries.
Yeah, I don't think you ate much of it. Because you were like trying to cheat on your dad, but you were like not too much. Because you were full ketosis.
Yeah.
But it was a great hotel. There was a moment where I went and I stood naked in the window and I just shook my dick around.
Yeah.
And then I looked down and there was just a bunch of kids at a pool, like full.
Luckily, I think we were high up enough.
We were
but
very
that's
high up,
great.
but it scared me enough that I was like, "Fuck! What if I go to jail for that?"
That'd be so funny. They bust a door down and just take you away.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be like, "I know what I did. I'm sorry."
They take Heather.
We don't know which one of your dicks were in the window.
Which one of your dicks?
Which one of your dicks were in the window? Take them out and wiggle them.
Is that like you're allowed to be naked in your own home, but like I hear it's like how naked are you allowed to be in your own home with the windows open?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if someone were
If
to
someone's
look at,
staring in your window, yeah, it's like your fault. It's like they're
yeah, but isn't it kind of weird if
they're
like you're
people.
you're just like naked in front of like a huge ass window? Yeah, like
that is clearly on you. Yeah.
yeah, but
that's
like
what I was doing.
where do we?
Just fully naked, like, look at me.
What are the legalities though?
I don't know. We better figure it out fast.
We better figure that out.
With how many hotels we're gonna be buying soon, we
You
better
and I
figure it out.
love hotels.
Fucking love a hotel night.
We stay in hotels. We do these things hotel nights where we'll just drive off to a random city, or just drive in town and get a hotel room.
yeah, like right up the street.
Yeah, one of the
Get a
best
nice hotel.
times was we got a hotel and ordered just a bunch of pizza and watch Harry Potter marathons like
The best
for like
time.
2 days at least.
That was the best one. Yeah, when Candlewood Suites.
Candlewood Suites.
What happened was, and we got the top floor corner room, so the
Yeah.
end of the hall.
Beautiful room.
We got ice cream, pizza, and then we turned on the TV and fucking Harry Potter had just started.
yeah.
The first Harry
So
Potter.
we would just be eating pizza in and out of sleep. So sometimes I'd like eat a piece of pizza during Sorcerer's Stone, and I'd wake up and it'd be like Prisoner of Azkaban, and then I'd eat more pizza. And
Yeah.
then
it did like, and that was kind of like symbolic for the trip.
yeah.
Of like the hotel started of like, it's Christmas, Merry Christmas, Harry.
Yeah.
And then like the second time we woke up, it was like, I killed Sirius Black. I killed Sirius. And we were like, oh fuck, Sirius Black's dead.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It would get more serious every time
Yeah.
you'd wake up.
yeah.
You'd like wake up just from like a pizza coma and it'd be like, my boy, my boy.
My boy.
And then you'd wake
You're
up
just
again and
like,
it'd be like, it'd be like,
Keep eating ice cream.
Yeah.
It'll get brighter.
oh, that was such a beautiful. I
Beautiful trip.
love hotels. We go to hotels all the time. We got a hotel guy that used to give us discounts.
Ah,
he was really
like a dumbass.
And he got caught like a dumbass, and now we don't get discounted hotels because we'll
But for a
roll
while,
into
though.
Bastrop. Yeah, for a while it was really cool, and we would roll up into Bastrop and just get a discounted hotel because we'd come in at like 1 a.m.
yeah.
because we would just the trip is go to Buc-ee's, get a bunch of snacks, and then go watch TV in a hotel room and fall asleep.
Yeah. But I don't think it's until like 4 a.m. that it counts for the next day. So that's what he would do for us is he would wait till the turnover and he would put our credit card information in at like 4. So then we would have the hotel for 2 days.
Yeah, we would have the
hotel
night
for a whole
of
extra day.
and the whole extra day. And then he got caught.
And then he got caught because he gave it the fucking same deal to like a homeless lady or something.
Yeah, he gave it to the wrong
Or
gal.
he just got sick of us coming because we showed up like 8 times.
Yeah, but honestly...
Plus, he caught me. He didn't catch me, but I, for some reason, just lied.
You lied about that we were traveling comedians, but then we were there in Austin. Like we would go like every 2 weeks.
Well, I didn't want him to think we were just there for what we do. I was embarrassed by the fact that he's like,
we go to hotels
because he was like looking at my license, like you live like 30 minutes from here, and I was like, yeah, what about it? So then I told him,
lied so many times, and
I even lied to him.
obvious that it was lies.
Yeah, I even lied to him before he saw my license because I was like, yeah, me and my friend we're just in town, like on the road for comedy, and he was like, you have a license,
Austin, Texas ID.
You have an Austin, Texas.
Well, the ID didn't transfer over when I.
I was like, yeah, that's an old one. Yeah, it's. I just got it just for like work here. It's different.
I remember the one time, another cool night was when we got a hotel and you bribed. We shouldn't say which hotel, but it's a hotel in town.
Oh yeah.
You bribed a guy for a cheaper hotel room and was like, "What if I just put $80?" And he's like, "You tell the story."
It was $200. I walked in and I said because it was like 1 a.m.
right.
and I walked in, nice hotel. I think the nicest hotel we've ever had.
Yes.
Easily. And I walked up and I said, hey, how much for a 2-bed right now? And he went, it'll be like 209, something with tax. And I was like, how's about I put $100 under that? How's about I slip you $100? And he was like, huh. And he like looked up at the camera and he like looked around and was like, leave it under that plant over there and come back in 5 minutes. And I was like, really? He was like, yeah. And I was like, no shit. And then I went and I left the 100 under the plant and I came back in 5 minutes and he just gave me the keys and was like, you're good. You're good for the night. You got to be out by 12 though. And he let us stay. And the fucking hotel was nice.
Nice hotel.
Nice hotel.
We always kept on going late. We got to check in like early one day.
Early. Yeah. Yeah.
The next like cheat day I have, we should do that.
Yeah, we should. Well, the hotels are always spontaneous. It's always just spare the moment. We should get a hotel right now. It's always.
Dude, that would be for your birthday. That'd be
Ooh.
crazy.
We should get a hotel tomorrow.
We should get a hotel right now.
Let's get a hotel.
We should wrap up this episode. Call
Go
Heather.
Go to Buc-ee's.
Go to Buc-ee's and spend the night in Bastrop. Dude, that would be a birthday spectacular. SmudgeHawks, thanks for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed already, please be sure to smash that subscribe button. We really need your help in growing this thing. Patrick and I don't do shit, and we're really trying to stop being no shit bitches.
True.
I'm sure there's a nicer way to say that.
I've been doing no shit. Like, for real, for real. Well, I can't do anything now that my teeth are fucked. I'm even scared to be here.
You're going to be fine in like a day.
That's true. But
Yeah.
I got my teeth pulled Friday. So it was like Friday, Saturday, I couldn't do anything, and it sucked.
Yeah.
Dude, I've never wanted to smoke a cigarette and drink a beer more. Which is funny because I don't do either of those things. But because I can't, like, at all.
Yeah.
Just
Then it's
because
all
I'm-
you want.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
because I'm rebellious by nature. I'm just so fucking...
You're a rebel.
No one can tell me what to do.
No.
But I have been like... I think I've been watching Shameless, too. And, like, every scene, somebody's drinking and smoking a cigarette.
You belong in that show.
Well, I always made fun of everyone in my where I grew up was all day. Everyone in my family was like, "We are so them," and it's like, guys, come on.
You
They're like
are,
the
though.
They're like the trashiest, worst people in the world, and I feel like everybody. I don't get the appeal of wanting to be that. I don't get why people have.
Well, you don't
like-
anymore, but when we were both raging alcoholics, that's very fun and interesting.
I want to go back so bad. I love being an alcoholic. It's like my favorite thing in the world.
We should go back.
We should go back
I mean,
for the bit.
for the bit.
Not even for the bit, just for the love of the game.
Yeah,
we won't
just-
even like report on it. We won't tell anybody.
We should just like heavily drink for like a year and then
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah. I drank on Heather's birthday. It was great. I drank some margaritas, frozen margs.
Nice.
I love a frozen margarita.
Beautiful
That's the problem
drink.
with being a sober man is not drinking. Is you're like, well, wine with most food is great.
Yeah.
White wine with fish, red wine with Italian,
I'm a red wine guy.
phenomenal. Red wine's
Yeah.
amazing.
Feels like I'm in church again.
Imagine right now you had a red wine and a fucking meatball sub.
Oh,
Holy
those are
shit.
two things I can't have right now.
No, exactly. And they're the best two things.
Yeah.
And then I love a rum and coke. I love just a night of rum and cokes is like the greatest thing. It's like fucking liquid candy.
Get me an old fashioned and a shepherd's pie.
I know some people. Oh my! I mean, wow.
Yeah.
I would fuck a kid on camera to have that right now.
You can't. You can't be saying that stuff with all these colorful curtains.
It does look like a kindergarten wall. No, but yeah, I would for a shepherd's pie and an old fashioned. That sounds amazing. I would. Oof, the things I would do.
A za and beer and like some just some Blue Moon and Papa John's.
Oh my goodness! And at the end of all that, just lighting up a fucking
just
American
lighting up
Spirit.
a Stokes.
God damn.
I think we should all of the progress that we've made over these last 8 months. Let's throw it out the
Throw
window.
it all away. It brought us here. Now that we started the podcast, what are we aiming for? We already started the podcast.
Yeah,
We're off to the races.
We already beat them.
We beat 'em.
We already beat the system.
We won the race.
Yeah,
So,
we won the ways.
we won the race. So let's just fucking let's celebrate.
Let's celebrate. Let's right now
300 views.
break into. I mean, like honestly,
300 views.
for our first episode,
First episode 300.
and then it took us like maybe 2 weeks to come out with episode 2.
Well, the second episode was bad.
Yeah, we had a really bad episode.
It was forced. This episode's been pretty good. I feel good about it.
Yeah, me too.
I
I've
feel
had a
really
fun
good.
time today.
Second episode. What happened?
Yeah, I think we're both just mad, and you and I have anger problems and bitter problems.
Yeah. Truly bad. Truly bad. Well, I am like the most bitter man I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, you're so bitter that it makes me go, let's stop being that bitter. And I'm bitter. Like your level of bitterness makes me go, I should stop being less bitter. Because
Yeah.
I get to see my behavior personified.
Yeah. It's bad. I get real mad.
Yeah.
I get real angry.
Yeah.
But, you see the people in the world and you just go, come on.
Yeah. Why
Come
are
on.
you
The
doing that?
injustices. The injustice in the world it runs rampant.
I know, and that's basically why we made this podcast is as a reaction to injustice.
It is. We're the shield of injustice.
We're SMUDGEHAWKS.
We're SMUDGEHAWKS. Justice hounds.
That's it.
You're gonna end it there?
Let's do it.
All right. Perfect.
Later, guys.